Alright. I'm not sure if anyone can currently hear me. Um, the previous stream just crashed. Now, thankfully, it was at the start and it wasn't like during gameplay, but still, that is annoying. Okay, hello. Hi. Hi, Eveline. Hello, King Orange. I am so sorry about that. Fortnite itself crashed, and even though it was just open on in the background, so that's a good start. That's a good indicator. But hang on, I need to fix some things. I need to fix the chat. I could hear you. That is amazing. I'm so happy for that. All right, I guess we're not going to be playing music because attempting that crashed my computer. Everything just straight up froze for like a good minute, and I was petrified of the stream crashing, and then my fears were fully realized. I need to go update the YouTube link, so give me a sec while I do that. In like every place I posted the link already. Let me go do that. Just give me a minute while I do that. This is why live streaming is sometimes a little painful for me. All right, I think that's updated. Oh, I need to do Twitter. Maybe not too inevitable. It'd be really funny if this is the reason I don't do DD Fortnite. If that happens to be the case, like if for some reason this stream just refuses to happen, I'll just make videos on it instead. Do you guys think Chapter 5 might come out this year? After the recent events, my hopes have increased. I feel more optimistic with the SAG strikes coming to a conclusion, but I still think it'll probably be a 2026 release. I'd be more than happy to be proven wrong. I'd love to see Chapter 5 this year. I just think it's maybe a little more ways off because we still have a few other projects to get to first, such as Super Dark Deception Chapter 2 and DD Enhanced Plus, or, the Chapter 1 through 4 re-release. But it is possible for Chapter 5 this year. It definitely wouldn't be in, like, the next few months or anything. I don't know if you know this, there was a Roblox game of Dark Deception, it's called Hunted, which is the entire Dark Deception, and it got a lot of visits. I did see that. Isn't Vince suing them? He's not suing them, more so just DMCAing them, which is a different legal process. He is taking it down, though. Just the core of that is the same. He is taking down the game. I think it's still currently up, but I'm not 100% sure. I miss videos, honestly. Part of me misses doing videos as well, but just unfortunately, just the motivation isn't entirely there. Streams are a lot more laid back and chill, and making videos is just, I don't know. It's definitely a hobby I've kind of lost touch with. That I'm sometimes able to rekindle, but yeah, the audacity to copy an entire game is wild. I agree. That was insane. Like I was surprised when I saw it. It was literally like, don't get me wrong, it was definitely built worse than Dark Deception, but it still very much is just a free alternative to the game, and that's no good. And it's using voice actors, or like the same voice acted lines, which is also extremely no good. All right, moment of truth. I'm gonna try booting up Fortnite again. This is gonna take a few minutes. I'll try and continually talk to the chat. I have like nothing else on my PC open. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could. No, I can't close Chrome because that's how I'm streaming to YouTube. Never mind. That's how I have my dashboard. All right, but hopefully Fortnite works. The Roblox game is better than the Fortnite in my opinion. I never played the Roblox map myself, but I did hear that it wasn't built too bad. All I did was just see gameplay of it, and just at first glance, it doesn't hold a candle to actual Dark Deception, but it is definitely like a shameless copy. The average Roblox dev not trying to copy another game outside of and not associate with Roblox, impossible. That's crazy to say. I've seen like I'm not involved with Roblox very much, but I have some friends who are much more in touch with like Roblox games and the Roblox community at large. Bro, from what I like it just seems like there's so much drama and controversies. And I guess that's a thing in every fandom, but and it might just be because that's all I hear from my friends, so it's like a unreliable first impression, but dang man, that community sounds wild. But I obviously like have nothing against Roblox and like, you know, those who play it. In fact, I'm very much looking forward to the official Dark Deception Roblox map. But I'm just I definitely hope that the Hunted game gets taken down since that is infringing upon Glowstick's rights. The quality doesn't really match the Fortnite map, it's well better. The Fortnite map is it's an interesting experience. I'm not going into this blind. I have tinkered around with it a little in my off time, and okay, Fortnite is open. Okay, let me put it in windowed mode because that will hopefully save my PC. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh yeah, it looks like you can a little bit. Windowed. Apply. There we go. They're making a Roblox map. Exactly, yeah. I'm more so looking forward to that. Alright. Alright, I put the eye on the game capture. Is it gonna detect it? Nah, I gotta like tell my computer, hey, detect Fortnite. There we go. Fortnite! Hi, Zachary. Hello. Oh, and hello, Lysander. The Fortnite map has a lot of issues. The controls are really weird and do not work unless you hold an item. Also, the game feels slow. The Chapter 5 teasers are forced, and let's not talk about Deadly. A lot of the controls and stuff, I must preface, I am not a Fortnite fan. I played this game once in like 2018, just with a friend, just to see what it was about. Quickly realized it wasn't my thing and never touched it again. I have no ill will towards this game at all. Don't take that the wrong way. This is just not the game for me. And I mean, maybe it is worth giving like a revisited look at. But this is just not like I am not a Fortnite fan. I don't play Fortnite. But from what I understand in the Fortnite map, a lot of like the controls are probably just left over because it is in Fortnite and it wasn't, you know, built with Dark Deception in mind. That's a lot of yapping I'm doing. Goddamn. Our motivation for making videos are only higher when you have an idea when you're invested in. That's why I rarely upload. Yeah, a lot of my passions recently have just shifted towards game dev. And I'm gonna be so honest, I really want to get Master's Pen out. I don't I don't want to talk about that too much here. That's not the topic of this stream, but whenever I have motivation to do something creative, I just want to do Master's Pen because A, that's been in development for too long and it needs to come out, and B, just I don't know, videos just. There was a time where I did exclusively videos, and it's like, I don't know. I don't want to say I burnt myself out, but I'm definitely less interested in it. Streaming just feels a lot more chill when it doesn't crash. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna just start loading into the game. I guess I'll do public. I don't know how Fortnite's whole like join system works, so if any of you guys want to join, go for it. I don't know if we need to be friends or something through like Epic. But I'll do a proper showcase. I report 5 people today on Roblox because of them saying the N-word with voice chat. It's funny to see them get banned 10 seconds later. That's amazing. New monkey design. Yes, the new murder monkey model is in this, sort of. It's a censored version of it. It has less sharp teeth and no blood. So it's definitely far from the definitive murder monkey, but it's still really cool to see that model. Especially in action, and I think it even has some new animations. I would need to do like a proper side-by-side, but his run definitely looks new. Everything else, I believe, is the same, because I would be wildly surprised if Glowstick changed the rig on any of these new models. As an animator, and someone who's working in game dev, I can assure you, changing a character's rig is really annoying. Especially for a game like Dark Deception, where you have most of it already done. Here we are! I think I'm in a lobby with... Oh. Okay. This short little lag spike. I'm in a lobby with some others, it looks like. Can I interact with anything? Oh, I can. I'm not hearing any volume, though. Is that a... Let me test out something real quick.
Lost in darkness, where silence reigns, an ancient evil stirs, the realms it stains. The moon weeps blood, all hope dies. For soon, the demon god will rise. His breath, a chill that kills the light. His voice, a whisper of endless night. Prepare, O mortals, for doom's embrace. For the demon god returns to claim his place.
So that is the first of 3 reported Chapter 5 Easter eggs. I played that because I wanted to see if audio from Fortnite was capturing on the stream. It looks like it is. I don't know why the ballroom's audio itself isn't playing. Maybe because there's a match going on. But this actually works out well because while they're playing, I could actually do a quick little look around the ballroom. It looks definitely, the Dark Deception ballroom. However, there is lots of new stuff here. You have all Glowstick social medias here. I love Giant Penny. Yeah, it's kind of funny just having the giant monsters kind of just here in the ballroom. You have little props from all the levels, which is nice. I think like every level, even levels that aren't in Fortnite, like you have Barely Buried and stuff here. There's apparently a shop coming soon, which would be awesome. Not a whole lot to really show here. A lot of this kind of speaks for itself. We're kind of just waiting for the lobby to be done. Massive shout out to Stick Games, the dev team that Glowstick hired to make this recreation. It's pretty awesome. I'd say they did a good job adapting it. Although I still gotta like play the maps more. Sad we don't have a chapter 3 level. That is sad, but or for those who don't know, the 3 levels available on this are Monkey Business, Deli Decadence, and Mascot Mayhem. I was talking about this with a friend, and honestly, those are probably the 3 most iconic levels in all of Dark Deception. So I'd say they chose, they picked the right options. I think they chose good. Giant monsters staring at your soul, waiting to hand them to Malik. If you report people in Roblox really fast, if you report people on Roblox, they get banned really fast. I once got banned for saying you're fired to Croco Lamau. Oh yeah, I mean with how Roblox is like its audience, I'm not surprised that like they have like really strict, really swift moderation. They really did a good job on this one. The ballroom and monkey business honestly look really nice. Mascot Zone 2 also looks great. Deadly is probably the most different in terms of how it looks. So is it Darkstar or Tammy reading that poem? That is the question at hand, isn't it, Zachary K? I'm not sure personally. I guess it's hard to say because we haven't exactly heard Darkstar's voice yet. I guess it kind of sounds a little more closer to Tammy because Tammy's a character that we have heard through what is 99% sure to be the blue orb, and that sounds closer to that. And new Gold Watcher animations. Yes, there is a new Gold Watcher animation. Chapter 3 level sucks. I'm glad they're not featured. It's kind of shame that bro had to get up to the mic. It's yeah. Yeah, I mean if they had to do a chapter 3 level, even though I'm not the biggest Stranger Sewers fan, it probably is one of the other most iconic levels in DD. Dread Ducky is iconic in the mascot horror sphere. I don't know, I'm not sure how he is outside of that, how far out he extends, but I swear to God, and this like proved it to me. In Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, there was like a giant like ducky ride. If you've played that chapter, you know what I'm talking about. But I swear to God, every YouTuber I watched saw that like giant like toy duck thing and immediately said Dark Deception. Even those who weren't as familiar with Dark Deception, like people who I know hadn't like played it on their channel, were just like, "Oh, Dark Deception." Like I swear to God, that proved it to me that Ducky is iconic. Chef monkeys weren't invited in Monkey Business in Fortnite. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what happens when you collect all the shards. I think it might just be they just like I think it's just the normal monkey still. Can they like grab the shards? This is the thing this is what I get for joining a public map. But I'm not like I'll live with it because if anything, playing this with multiple people is kind of fun. Oh, I'm with one other person. It looks like. I remember when Chapter 3 was still in development. I was hyped the most for Stranger Sewers. Same honestly. Stranger Sewers looked to be one of the more scary levels. Yeah, that was cool that everyone recognized Dread Duckies. Exactly. And hello, Mr. Mister. Welcome to the stream. We're just waiting for this person to finish their round. You know, actually, can I just join another lobby if I'm being completely honest? I don't know how you do this. Return to lobby. We'll do like a private one instead. But at least that gave us a nice little time to just tour around the ballroom and chat for a bit. Also, I guess give more people some time to roll in. The man behind the DD animations himself. Yes, Mr. the Chad. Private. I assume private means that if anyone wants to join me, they still can. If not, then dang. I think this is just like a default Fortnite character. I was someone else yesterday when I was like trying this just with a friend. Dark Deception game found. One thing that I did realize was really cool about this Fortnite recreation is that this effectively means that there are ways, and I'm saying ways in quotations, there are ways to play Dark Deception on all sorts of devices now. Because Fortnite's on like everything. I'm pretty sure it's on every console, every mobile device, and it's it's obviously on PC. It's like I'll install Fortnite to join because I do want to give it a second chance because I feel like I'm too harsh. That is completely fair. Excited for Zone 2. I really want to see how it's going to turn. Oh my god, we're here. It's funny how Stranger Sewers still sneaked its way into this crossover just by having music here for some reason. Start. Got it. Alright, here we are. Stuff is still loading in. Yeah, Penny's eyeless. That looks kind of creepy. Yep, okay, we're loaded in. Yay, now we got music. Okay. Almost forgot, Fortnite has skins for almost every IP that exists. That's true. Fortnite is massive. Fortnite, you guys know this? You guys know Ready Player One? Like the Oasis in that book or that movie? Fortnite is the closest thing we have to that, and I find that hilarious. There is so much in Fortnite. I guess I'll go in order. Start with Mascot. To be honest, I didn't see the potential of a Fortnite collab, but being able to play as practically anyone is actually sick. Like, legit, Darth Vader and Monkey Business is just genius. I know, I saw, like, someone play as Leon Kennedy on Twitter in, one of the maps. Alright, Game Master. I don't know why Bierce is called Game Master. I thought Dread Duckies were going to appear in the Fortnite map, because in the teaser video we heard Dread Duckies quacks at the end. Who knows? They could be supporting this more. We could be getting more maps, which I don't think is too likely, but I think at the very least we'll get more updates for this. Especially because we have the shop coming. Alrighty. Playing as Godzilla. Yeah, it's like... You do so much in Fortnite. Alright, it's a bit lagging. Nice. Alright, let's go. Oh. Dark Deception in Fortnite, everybody! It is a little choppy. I'm getting like 30 FPS. Alrighty. We could get more maps, it's not impossible. I agree, we definitely could. I saw Twitter clips of Hatsune Miku in Mascot Mayhem. That is just so funny. I love that so much. Definite pro of the Fortnite collab. You wanna know another pro? Third person Dark Deception. We're already getting this in Enhanced Plus, but oh, oh, thank you, Monkey, for turning around. Never mind. Fierce, hit the floss. Make no mistake, this is actually kind of tricky. Even if they are on the map, they are decently fast. I don't think they outrun you or anything. I like seeing the Thanos thing in the past. Yeah, Thanos in Fortnite, I think, was like one of the first big collabs they did. It was at least one of the first few ones to like go fully viral. You guys could totally hit the gritty. Yeah, that she could. Also, one thing that does make this more tricky is that if you don't play Dark Deception, this probably won't mean anything to you. But to all Dark Deception fans, the way the mini-map works completely throws me off. Because it doesn't, like, rotate with you. It's, like, fixed and static at that angle. Secret rooms also sadly don't work. I might need to turn it to low settings. I hear we might still be missing the third Chapter 5 Easter egg, potentially. Yeah, Vince is saying that it's somewhere, and we still don't know where it is. I'm being cornered. Okay, I'm gonna quickly turn it to low. Because it is lagging a little bit. Oh, it didn't save from when I last played. Oh, let's try medium. Hang on. Oh, that's much better. Oh, that's amazing. It's not quite butter yet, but it's much better. It became disorienting. Oh yeah, yeah. Like I keep like overshotting and like not properly understanding my place spatially in the map. I assume there were 3 Easter eggs per map. No, it seems like there's 3 Easter eggs in the DLC total. And let me show one of them right here. The Puppet King! People probably have better pics of that. To show better what it looks like. But that is, Puppet King. His model, we finally know what he looks like. He does not look how I thought he would. Monkey over there. I hope the third Easter egg is somewhat important. I agree. I mean, it's gonna be Chapter 5 related, it seems. And I'm very curious what it is, because no one's found it yet. Oh, they're smart. He tried to corner me. Okay, we'll just loop him. Loop the killer. That's what my friends tell me to do. Also, you get these little bomb things, but if I'm being real, I don't know what they do. The last Easter egg is disappointing. From what I understand, it hasn't been found yet. Funny how he got revealed in Fortnite of all places. I just find it really interesting that Vince waited a really long time to show Puppet King. Nothing wrong with that, I was definitely surprised that it took this long to get a full look at the guy. Monkey Business, in my opinion, definitely works the best for this game. No. Oh yeah, something that also throws me off is that if you turn around, it stops your momentum. You found it? What would it be, Artem Dev Games? I am quite curious. And I think probably everyone else here. And no, it's not the bell. I think Vince, like, actually did deconfirm that. We're still waiting for a Puppet King voice reveal. The service bell in the ballroom. See, okay, I'll show this when we're in the ballroom next. Now, it does say that it's an Easter egg, but I think, honestly, that might be a bug. Because I'm pretty sure Vince himself deconfirmed that in, like, Discord. You see, like, I have these little, like, bomb things. They don't really seem to do anything. If anything, I think only the ice one really hurts me. Oh my god, my momentum. The monkeys are faster in this one. They definitely are faster than in, regular Dark Deception. But we're doing pretty good. 68 shards. There's no penalty to dying. You can just die as many times as you need. Get through this. This is kind of a danger. Oh, something else I should show is that there's these little portals that kind of just help you get around the map. Or they bring you to a monkey. Okay. Alright, we're fine. Oh, did we level up? Hey, we leveled up! I don't know what that means. I don't know what leveling up does. And I'm pretty sure that's a Fortnite thing, not like a this map thing. The ice one can be used in some situations, but just use the items to get into third person. Honestly, that is fair. That's largely what I do, just with the mouse scrolling. Aw, oh, come on. At least there's some shards over here I can get. Also, what's really cool is that some of these assets are from the Enhanced Plus version of Monkey Business. Like the arches and the doors. Yeah, I don't care. It's fine. I'm gonna die a lot. And this is probably the easiest of the maps. Nope. Not taking that risk. Let's head over here. Go this way. Yeah, it says, like, when you get an Easter egg at the top of your screen, RyGuy becomes a Fortnite streamer. Oh, God. But yeah, look. It is the Puppet King. I keep getting XP for it. I don't know if that's, like, a weird overlapping bug. Nice try, Murder Monkey. Yeah, it does nothing. But you can't use guns, though. Lame. Even if you could, I don't think it would do anything. I unlocked something in the corner. Oh. Their hitboxes are quite large. Alright. Also no shard pointer. Makes it a little hard to get around. I think Puppet King's voice reveal would only come after Enhanced Plus, but I might be wrong. They said they would do reveals during the June-July plans. We do have some Chapter 5 teasers. Or like teaser trailers to look forward to. Look at him, look at my boy. There's probably a way to grind XP. Does that really just give you XP on loop? I was hoping maybe it was just the pop-up that was bugged, not that you just get XP. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of XP. I don't think that's intended. So I don't want to abuse that. What I want to abuse are these murder monkeys and get their shards. Although I can't because I don't have superpowers. I don't have tablet powers. All I have are these bombs. That are, like Lysandra said, kind of just a way to get into third person. There's a full image on his model that people found. Yeah, I know that people kind of like, you know, went into the game files and like retrieved all that. Way more clear to see. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Of course, because you're working with like the raw image. Over here? But the resolution is kind of low. That is completely fair. Because it was only ever meant to be seen in like a small painting like that. Is this the last of the shards? No, we still need one more. Wherever that one shard is. You know, for the heck of it, let me go back in first person. Oh. Makes me think that that is not his final model. My stance is that it probably is his final model, but it'll maybe get a material upgrade. Because he's been doing all the Enhanced Plus stuff recently, so we might, like, I don't know, give them a slight makeover in terms of textures.
You've gathered all of the soul shards. You need to escape.
Oh.
Hey.
It's all hectic now. We better get out. They are close. Come on. Don't be scared. They're like running away, I think. Oh, no, they're on their way. Hi, guys. Oh. Bro just decided to swag on me. He just decided to T-pose. Oh, he's still there. Oh, wow, they just get you through walls. Yep, Chef Monkey's got banned from Monkey Business. They so did. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't want to be mean to them. It's great. Level up. Alright, but yeah, let me show the bell thing. If you interact with this, it does say it's an Easter egg. But I don't think that's... I think Vince shut that down. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe if you do play it enough time... I mean, let me spam it right now. Who knows? Maybe it plays something. Spam it enough. Oh, we're a new mascot. Unless it just infinitely generates XP, then that might be an issue. And obviously not something I would want to exploit. Because I keep getting XP, but like my bar's not going up. I told someone it'd be really funny if the Easter egg was in one of these portal hallways, since no one checks these. But as soon as I had that thought and I started looking, I realized why no one's checking these, because there is nothing. So sad. What is that letter on the chair? I think it's just one of the letters from Barely Berry. I would need to go back there again to see exactly what you're talking about. I'm still getting the Easter egg notification. It's probably a monkey business Easter egg, yeah. Alright, let's do Mascot. This is Zone 2, but with some caveats. They don't have any abilities. The walls are already blown out. And it's all 3 Joy Joy Gang members instead of just Hangry and Lucky. I'm just gonna focus on shards. If you want my guess on where the last Easter egg would be, it would probably be this map. Mascot has, like, a lot of stuff going on to where you could feasibly hide stuff here. Personally, I would hide it on, like, a monitor, a whiteboard, or just any sort of screen that feels like... Wait, what? Are there 2 hangries? Oh, there are... Okay, there's still 2 hangries. That's been carried over. Did she notice? It'd be really funny if that was the Easter egg, because that's actually not meant to be there. That's in a secret room in Mascot Mayhem. Oh, hi Penny. The last Easter egg should be in Mascot since it's the map with the most props. Yeah, I agree. Check all the whiteboards. I'll try. I've definitely already tried a number of this in my spare time. So I'm not going to do like some intense deep dive look, but I'll definitely take a peek at whatever I run by. Let's also say Joy. This says like step E, but I'm pretty sure that might just be in Dark Deception. Oh, hi. It feels really weird having the walls blown out. Oh, Penny's coming from there. Nothing down there. I've tried looking down there. Because I wanted to see if I could go into this stream and just kind of like do like a thing where I just like show off all the Easter eggs, but since we don't know where the last one is still, let's make that a little complex. Alarms, I love you. I don't think these actually do anything. I think they're kind of just here for ambience and set dressing. BB on Hangry's pathways, that's another possibility. Oh, hi, Lucky. Let me use this portal thing. Nice Penny jump scare. Oh, come on, Hangry's right there. Yeah, and these pathways, I guess there could be something, but I've yet to see anything. I was looking at chat. No, I was looking at chat and I didn't realize I ran into one. I like to think the last Easter egg is for Prison Panic, maybe. Yeah, that'd be nice, because we have one for Holiday Horror. The potentially Tammy one, I mean, I guess that could be Darkstar. I doubt it, though. Don't mess with the PP gang, of course. But yeah, the potential Tammy one, I guess that kind of just relates to... Doesn't really relate to a specific level, I guess. Maybe Wicked Ways? I guess even Fear Fortress, because of the subject matter of talking about, like, demons. We saw one for the Holiday and one for either Wicked Ways or Fear Fortress. Yeah, yeah. That is blocked. Okay, we avoiding the Joy Joy gang. It is nice to have a version of Zone 2 where Penny is officially in it. Oh god. Oh, it is really easy to get cornered. Yeah, that Tammy-like voice, yeah. I've been through 3 different servers in the past hour and unable to play because the rounds last so long. Just join private games. That way you'll be the only one who has to, like, everything will be up to you. 'Cause that's what I've been doing. Because I was, like, initially in a public game at the start of this stream, but then I realized I could just be in a private one and just mitigate the waiting completely. I'm not going that way. Okay, we need to grab the shards. We need to get out of here. I just realized that on my channel I gotta delete the other stream that failed. I am so sorry about that again, guys. Fortnite crashed, so let's blame Fortnite. It wasn't... I don't think it was my internet. I don't think it's her. This doesn't sound like an ally. While that is true, it doesn't exactly sound positive. We do have an established quote-unquote evil Tammy in Dark Deception. Like the red version from Chapter 4. So it could possibly be something tied to that? I played all the levels in private and they get boring alone after the second time. Honestly, that's fair. That's another good charm about this, is that it's like, even though Monsters Immortals is multiplayer Dark Deception through and through, this is a lot more traditional, and it does offer an experience that it kind of doesn't have. Like, you're running through mazes powerlessly, just grabbing shards with your buddies. Like, you get that a little bit in Monsters Immortals, but not entirely, since everyone kind of has, like, abilities and combat's a whole thing. Monsters Immortals is just genuinely a different beast. This is much more, like, closer in line to traditional Dark Deception. And I think it's kind of cool. Are we doing game night later today? Probably not. I feel like after this, my social battery is gonna kind of be used up. Yeah, there's someone coming down there. Gotta love the alarms. Monsters Immortals should have a traditional mode. That's what everyone thought Monsters Immortals would be back when it was announced. That it was effectively gonna just be just Dark Deception but multiplayer. So real. Thank you for understanding, Citron. You're the best. There's a monster over there. There's a monster over there. Oh, there's one coming up there too. Okay, we gotta do some weird, like, loop around shenanigans. Oh my god, you're right, I did say that. Back in M&M Year 1, you said Shard Mayhem is the closest we'll ever get to DDX Fortnite. That is wrong, and I'm actually happy it's wrong. That's crazy. I completely forgot I said that back then, but yeah. I think literally the only reason I think I said that is because Vince... I think before M&M came out and he was talking about the 2 modes, he said that it was like a battle royale, like it was like, which actually isn't even the case. Or he might have just used the term free-for-all, but if anything, I think I would consider Soul Collection closer to a battle royale, where it's like last character standing. I love Feel the Joy, I really do, but I would love picking up these shards more. Oh goodness. They've edited this zone quite a bit because the warehouse isn't here, which is unfortunate. I love the warehouse, but I get why it's not. Completely unique tile. Alright, looks like there's some shards down there, I think. Okay, there's definitely some up here. Aw, oh, come on, there's a monster there. No! That's not good. At least there's a lot over here, actually. Hang on. I think this is where we get our momentum back. Ah, there's a monster. Okay, okay. It's alright. Me casually waiting 30 years for M&M to come to lower gen consoles. Yeah, it's a shame that M&M's not available on, like, PS4 or Xbox One. That's a real shame. Hopefully, if the console ports on the current consoles continues to do well, maybe Vince will invest in that? Maybe. It'd be pretty cool. Not having any shard indicators, and yeah, I agree. No shard indicator definitely makes this a little more difficult. Kind of have to just run around and guess where the shards are. Not focusing on shards, hang on. All I see is Lucky yelling profanities in chat. No, this way, this way. God, yeah, the map really disorients me. Alright, we kind of gotta, like, loop back and get the rest of those, which I think we can do through this. Oh, perfect, there's actually some over here. That works out swimmingly. Alright, alright. If you need to view the full map, press the M key? Oh! I did not know that, thank you. Hello, Pikachu girl, hello. Thank you, Artem Dev. That is really handy. Probably can't use that too much in actual chases, since that takes up your whole screen. Hello, who I'm only going to assume is Gaster? You have no profile? No, I'm kidding, no. Hello in chat, Mr. Square. I really love this map, I just feel like they didn't take enough time to polish it because I've already run into 8 bugs, 3 of them being no-clip. As in you no-clipping or the monsters? Oh.
You need to escape. Hurry!
I don't know why feeling lucky plays here. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them kill me so I can get there quicker. Ah, perfect. Alright, let's escape. Mascot Mayhem finished. Alright. Would you like if Lucky yelled profanities at the player just like it was mentioned on the e-note? I would. Dark Deception is no children game, and considering how skilled Doug is, Lucky should get real mad on him. I would definitely wouldn't mind it if Lucky did get a lot more aggressive and kind of... I don't know if he necessarily needs to yell profanities, though that would be in his character. I think it would be interesting. I think in general, Lucky just needs to be a lot more harsh and maybe, like, creatively insult you. Let's do Deadly. I am new here, first time on the stream. Well, welcome, I'm happy to have you here. 2 of them me, 1 of them Lucky clipped through the, not floor, but the ceiling. Oh, that's great. Alright, let's do Deadly. I clicked Deadly, right? I clicked Deadly, right? We're not doing Mascot a second time right now. Hang on. Hang on. We're not doing Mascot a second time right now. Dee might be getting a higher age rating. I have theories as to what that can mean. Yes. Okay, for those who don't know, Vince recently tweeted that Dark Deception might be getting an M rating. And that makes me wildly interested in what the heck Chapter 5 and maybe even Enhanced Plus are going to entail. Let's play again. Do you play on PC or console? I'm on PC. Even outside of this stream, I'm much more of a PC gamer. I have a theory on the poem in the ballroom. I'm gonna paste it in the DD chat. Too long for the live chat. That is fair. Also, does anyone know... Okay, obviously this is Superman and Robin there, but does anyone know if the rest of these are from IPs, or are these just like Fortnite original characters? Because I don't recognize a single other character here. Comparing Lucky to his Bad Rabbit rap version is night and day. Yeah. I kind of wish maybe they were more in line with each other. Maybe if Bad Rabbit was slightly toned down, and if Dark Deception was a bit more elevated, so they kind of meet in the middle. Oh, hello, Lucky. We were just talking about you. Deadly. That's the last one we gotta do. If DD becomes M-rated, you think they'd go back and make everything M as well. Also, hi, Rai. Hello, Croco. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like they would 100% bring... If DD was M rating, I feel like Vince would bring back that scrapped prison panic line about Bierce calling you the B word. I don't care. This stream is fine. Okay, she calls you a bitch. That is one of the scrapped lines. And honestly, if DD does become an M rating, I wouldn't be surprised if that is brought back. I played Mascot Mayhem yesterday, and at one point a strange NPC spawned who is basically a gray guy with a rifle who was marked as an enemy on the map. I guess it's a default Fortnite NPC. Yeah, or it could be another player. Alright. But yeah, if DD did become M rating, I would fully expect them to probably change some of the voice lines to be more in tune with that. Since you know Guardian Tales, you know how dark and serious the themes of the Explorers are, but it still doesn't have an M rating, so I'm curious about DD, what we'll have to earn it that rating will. Yeah, I'm very curious as well, because you can definitely get extremely dark and extremely twisted without the M rating. Most recent example I could think of for my degenerate self is Deltarune. There's a certain route in that game that is super damn disturbing, but the game is still, I think, E10. So yeah, an age rating doesn't, like, it's not a obstacle to explore darker themes in your games. It's kind of just, you might have to be a bit more creative and maybe a bit dodgy with it. But you can still definitely do it. But if DD is getting an M rating, I think it would be for two things. One, additional gore, because that is just straight up something you can't do without an M rating. We already, like, Murder Monkey has already been a problem for some censorships because of the blood on his face. In this recreation, even, they had to remove the blood on him because Fortnite wouldn't allow that. So if they want to do more, like, blood in DD, that's something. That's maybe a bit underwhelming. I do not see a universe where Vince just does straight up gore and body horror. I just don't think that fits Dark Deception. Dark Deception for a while has been advertised as this spoopy mascot horror game, and that's something that Vince is rolling with, even on like the store pages, that it's fully intended to be a teen-rated game. So I'm very curious if it does get bumped up to an M, what that might entail. Something else that I did think about for a potential M rating is that there are certain I don't want to say them here, but there are certain canon aspects about Doug Hauser's lore, certain people he's abused, his family, and certain women. I'm just going to leave it at that. If Vince wants to be more explicit with that, then sure, I guess an M rating would help. I don't think it's fully required, but at the end of the day, this is just speculation. We have no idea what Vince is truly cooking up. I'm still excited for Chapter 5 nonetheless, but if it is an M rating, that would definitely make things a bit more interesting. I don't fully think it needs an M rating based on where I think Dark Deception is heading, but I don't know. I'm a stupid, dumb nerd. I don't know where this game is heading. But either way, that's enough yapping just while sitting in the courtyard of Deli Decadence. At least it's a nice courtyard. I don't consider DD to be mascot horror, but Vince does, which makes it feel weirder. Depends on your definition of mascot horror, really. I kind of do, just because the game is like, Dark Deception's weird because I guess it's, even in both definitions, it's like, it's not one defining monster that's marketed with the game. Even though Murder Monkey is definitely the one that's marketed the most, each level has its own monster. So, I don't know. Dark Deception definitely, like, kind of attracts the same people as other mascot horror games, which I feel is partially why people label it as that. Even myself. Behind you. That's kind of cool. I actually didn't know you get, like, XP for that when this guy turns around. What do you think is the scariest Dark Deception character? At the moment? Honestly, maybe Mama Bear. Mama Bear's design is still one that genuinely freaks me out at points. Just like that blank stare coupled with what looks like her stomach open and like spilling out blood and guts and gore, but it actually isn't. It's just stuffing. Just like it's mainly her stare, her monotone voice and whatnot. Like Mama Bear still occasionally freaks me out. When Vince showed off her like Enhanced Plus model, I don't know fully what he did. I think he shrank the eyes a little bit and made the smile more pronounced, but she looks genuinely messed up. And like Mama Bear is probably, in my opinion, still the scariest character. Outside of that, maybe Doom Ducky? I don't know if Doom Ducky's... I consider Doom Ducky more cool and scary. Would you consider DD to be scary? Yeah, or I'd say it's more of a tense game, more like panic inducing, more of like an intense panic game more than scary. It really depends how you feel about getting chased in games. If that scares you, then yeah, this game will scare the hell out of you because this game is just constant chases. And there are still moments where this game will 100% get the jump on me. Hangry still makes my heart skip a beat every time he breaks through a wall and I don't expect it. Um, but overall, I mean, I'd consider DD to be probably as scary as other games of its variety. If you find Bendy, it's kind of like if you find like Bendy, FNAF, and whatnot scary, or not FNAF, FNAF's different. Like DD's an interesting case because I'm trying to think how immersive I would say DD is because immersion plays a great deal into horror games. I would just say that DD is a lot more cool and more tense and more like cinematic and actiony than scary and traditional horror. I think it is mascot horror because of the slasher vibes, homages, jump scare tactics, and attempts to be more character focused. I go by King Carter's definition. Based, I love King Carter's video on mascot horror. I think it's scary for the stories built around its characters and their origins. That's true. I mean, Dark Deception is undeniably horror. There is no getting around that. This is easily a horror game. The monsters are designed in both gameplay and like visuals to scare you. Like they all prey on a certain phobia. Like I won't blame anyone if they consider any particular character to be scary since they're all designed to be. They all play into completely different like uneasements. Indie horror feels like a more proper oh, well, yeah, I mean, DD undeniably fits into indie horror. Oh, you guys want to see something funny? So these watchers... Oh, I need items in order to go into third person. The watchers, like, move more like... It's a little hard to see. They have a walk animation, and it is so funny. Trying to see if I can, like, show it off. I might need to get it, like, into the zone to show it. DD, in my opinion, would be a lot scarier if the monsters had more terrifying designs and more darker. Honestly, like, I wouldn't even really change much about the Dark Deception character designs. Say what you will about Vince, like, whatever your opinions are on, like, his games, but I feel he does amazing character designs. Like, there is a lot of stuff in Dark Deception that I just fully haven't seen anywhere else. Like, best examples are probably, you know, the Gold Watchers and Dread Ducky. Like, those, in my opinion, are some of Vince's best designs in terms of, like, being creative. Try third person. I need an item. I need an item to enter a third person. The lore of Doug and Beerus and even characters beyond John Wilson and Sarah are pretty messed up and disturbing. I still have to read the book. It is the biggest skeleton in my closet as a diehard GD fan that I have not read the book yet. I just haven't found the time. That's really hard to see their animation. Especially since their whole mechanic is they don't move when you're looking at them. Alright. That was maybe a little peek at their animation. Ah, that's really hard to see. Come on, Jonesy. I think that's this guy's name. We gotta grab the soul shards. The character designs are good, but in my opinion, only times you get jump scared is off guard. Yeah, which can honestly be a lot in this game. In fact, like, I still get extremely, like, unsettled and startled in, like, Elementary Evil, where, like, Agatha can just cut you off. Not with her teleport. I mean, you just turn a corner and she's just also happens to be there. The book is really good and pretty damn dark. I won't spoil it for you, don't worry. I already know, like, the big stuff. Not anything about, like, the characters unique to that book, but I know that there's, like, holiday horror stuff in that book. Do you know what happens in the book? If not, I suggest you read it. It has a crucial Chapter 5 mechanic revealed that people are severely overlooking, such as the mannequins mechanic. I know about the centipede, don't worry. I know about that. If that's not what you mean... what else do I know? I know that the mannequins, like, flash from white to red. Because I was there in like a VC when the book first came out and people were like combing through it. This guy with the centipede, geez. Yeah, that centipede. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not expecting the centipede in holiday horror. I would not be surprised if that's just a book thing. I of course want it to be in holiday horror. I'm not saying that I don't want it, but I'm keeping my expectations in line with what we... I don't even know what I'm saying. Point is, I'm not expecting the centipede, but I wouldn't mind it. If anything, the centipede kind of feels like a clown's... No, that's a bad example to use, because Clown Spider is now in Dark Deception. To me, it kind of feels like an alphabet thing. Like, it's another thing lurking, or like, possible for that nightmare to unleash, but maybe Doug just doesn't go deep enough for it. But that feels weird, because it's already going to be a 3-zone level. I don't know. I'm just not expecting the centipede, but I wouldn't mind it. I need to, like, focus on shards. By the way, there's like 7 gold watchers in here. Have you seen the centipede? I haven't seen it, because it's... There's not an illustration for it, is there? I know the book has, like, drawings, but the mannequin centipede wasn't one of them, right? Bro, who is John? I thought I was all caught up on the lore. Okay, so don't worry, Citron. I haven't filled you in on this. John is, I think, the protagonist of the Dark Deception book. I honestly don't know anything about him, so don't worry. You're in the same boat as me. Might as well just think of him as John Marston. I'm pretty sure he's just another mortal who kind of messed up in life, turns to Malik as a quick solution to all of his problems, realizes he ends up in a situation that's way more than he bargained for, and then, I don't know, dies to Puppet King or something. Shame, shame, shame. I am sorry. I gotta read the book. He's in book 2. Oh, he's not even in the titular book. Because I know... Because I know the book is, like... I don't know if anthology is the right word, but I know it has, like, 2 different stories that don't really, like, connect outside of the overarching, like, idea of Malik. They're kind of like the Freddy Fazbear fights. John's some guy. He died at the end. Yeah. He died protecting his family. He, like, emerged from a barn and was shot, like, 50 times by the town's local sheriffs. If Clown Spiders are now in Dark Deception when Enhanced Plus drops, then the alphabet letters are definitely coming to DD. See, I don't want that to happen. I think the alphabet letters are kind of, like, they work best in Monsters Immortals. Because let's be real, the alphabet letters are a lot more silly than Agatha, or heck, even the Chef Monkeys and whatnot. I initially thought the Chef Monkeys wouldn't work Dark Deception, but then they gave them red eyes and I was all for it. It's a wonder what red eyes can do. Hello. The alphabet letters just feel like they're a little too silly for Dark Deception, especially since the pacing of Elementary Evil is already, like, so, it's already, like, kind of more... I feel like it would be less refined if the letters were introduced, unfortunately. Let's go around and get this shard. John is a surgeon who was kidnapped for his skill set to extract organs for illegal trade and wanted to escape his captive. That is already dark. What the hell? Damn, wow, okay. You probably can't have that in a T-rated game. No, you could. You could. You just, like, wouldn't really show much. I keep thinking back to Guardian Tales. Yeah, you definitely can do that stuff in a more... Okay, well, Citron, I actually have to ask, does Guardian Tales have a rating? Because I'm thinking to some of those character designs, and I'm not sure if those would qualify for T-rated. Or anything just below M. I could just be blinking right now. So. I just came back from eating, my game is only 30% installing, brah. Are my messages not showing up? The last message I'm seeing from you is buying a new book and not reading it. You remind me of myself. I did miss that. My apologies. But if you've sent anything else since then I don't think it came through. I think it has a teen rating, actually. That's... Oh, you just... Okay, you were probably on the map, but bro just, like, slided into frame. I think it has a teen rating, actually. That's wild, because some of those Guardian Tales designs are, risque, for lack of a better term. But good for it. I'm glad it has, like, a rating like that, because that means more people probably get to experience it. Everyone in chat, if you haven't, like, played Guardian Tales or know anything about it, look into it, please. It is easily the best anime gacha game out there. After reading both, the second novel with John was my favorite in the Malik archives. Okay. John is still the one who goes to holiday horror, right? Because if not, then everything I know is a lie. You should see the one just released in Korea. They are really pushing it this time. My god. Also, by the way, this maze feels so empty without the spike traps. It feels so bizarre. Yes? Okay, he is. Yeah, John goes to holiday horror. Gotcha. That reminds me. Are there only 2 DD books? It's one book, like, it's one physical book. It just has, like, it's divided into 2 stories. It's like, think of it as like a weird bundle. It's like, it's one physical book, but it has, like, it has the content of 2 books. We are getting a second book, though. I forget if we had a name reveal for it. But we are getting a second, like, physical Dark Deception book. Is there an illustration of holiday horror? I don't think there was. If there was, then the community would have drilled that into my retinas if there was a physical, official version of holiday horror. 2 novellas, 1 book. That's right. Yeah, that's the term that Vince is using, novella. I forgot about that. Where are these shards? Admittedly, I'm not paying the most attention because I'm having a lot of fun conversations with chat. But I think there's an illustration of them all in Puppet King, I believe. I need to check. I feel like if there was, then I would undeniably know about it. Because that would, like, the community would be sharing that around like the plague. I'm probably dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Only text description. Yeah, that's what I thought. Damn, 20 people are watching. Really? Oh, wow. Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming by. My initial plan was to do each of these maps twice. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. We'll at least do Monkey Business again, though, since I feel like that is definitely the strongest. And then we might end off there, because there really isn't anything else to show. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, okay. I will check, like, I'll do a quick, like, look on, like, Twitter and Discord, just to see if anyone's potentially found the 3rd secret that is currently unknown. Because if people have found it, then that would be a great way to cap off the stream. Never saw one anyway. If there was, that would be everywhere. Yeah, like, if there was an official look at holiday horror, I feel like the community would, like, I just feel like I would 100% know about it. I don't think there is. There's a brief illustration of a red stalker. That sounds a bit more familiar, and I could believe that flying under my radar, because the red stalkers, we've known how they've looked for... oh god, like 4 years. Puppet King is described pretty well, so my head made me think there was an illustration of him. That's the Mandela effect for you. Ah, gotcha. Just need 2 more shards. There's, like, up here. It doesn't help that Deadly is, like, laid out in this way. Like, look at the maze map. This isn't the easiest thing in the world to navigate, and it's not a problem, of course, but... makes it a little more tricky. But here, we're getting our last one. I forget what music plays when you grab them all.
You've gathered all of the soul shards.
Oh, it just plays Mind Your Manners.
Hurry!
Fair enough. Good track. Get out of the zone. In fact, let's just dance with the Glow Watchers. God, Fortnite's so funny. I got the book a while back, maybe I could read it eventually. I got the book pretty much when it came out, especially since Vince was offering signed copies to like the first 100 people who got it, so I do have a signed copy from Mr. Vincent Livings. I just still need to find the time to sit down and read the book. Really hoping the book doesn't throw a wrench into any of my projects. I love the book, finished it in under 2 days. Yeah, I imagine it'll be a quick read, especially since like I've seen the page sizes in that book. Like, it's not like a novel. It's the text is definitely a bit bigger, and I think there's just less words per page overall. So I definitely know that, and also because it's goddamn Dark Deception, I know I would just fly through the book like insanely quickly. Probably next time I'm on like some sort of trip, I'll like bring the book as just like something to like read, for just like downtime. I would love to read. Reading is something I used to do more, but I've definitely fallen out of it. Which I feel like is a lot of people this generation. People already back when I was a kid, like there was already like not a whole lot of people who like to read, but I feel like anyone who did like to read back then, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you in chat want to like shoot me in the face for saying this, go for it. But I feel like most people who did like genuinely reading have just moved on to different interests as they've like grown up. Reading is just a lot less popular, and I'm gonna be so for real, if all these mascot horror games didn't have books, I feel like reading would be even less prominent, because there are so many, like, God, there's like 50 FNAF books. That's an exaggeration, but there's a lot of them. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of what's funding Scholastic at this point. I just asked ChatGPT what this text means. Real. I envy you, Lysander. I can't read. Why would you envy someone for not knowing how to read? No, that's fun. Best part is them bringing back Malik smoking the cigar from that Malik concept art years ago. That's sick. Malik with a cigar is like peak Malik. That's like peak cartoonish evil, which I know Malik is going for. Let's go say hi to Puppet King again real quick. Yeah, oh. Out of the 3, Monkey Business is definitely my favorite. It translates the best to Fortnite. Oh boy. I used to do nothing but read all the time, but now I can't get through a couple pages without feeling sleepy. Lol. I just feel like I get more enjoyment in a shorter time by playing games. Yeah, I feel like, especially recently, like, game developers have fully embraced video games as a storytelling medium, that it's just a lot more appealing of an option for people nowadays. Like, games have always, of course, had good stories, but I feel like that's been... With the increase of indie games, I feel like if people want to tell stories nowadays, they're more likely to just do it through, like, a game instead of doing it through a book. And obviously that has issues on its own. Not every story should be a game. Because, like, every story, I feel, has a medium that it would best be for. And not every story is best suited for a game. But a lot more, like, story-based games are happening, and a lot of them are really good nowadays. Like, there are so many, like, genres that are tied to just games having good stories. Video games are better at storytelling, true, Lamau. Honestly, at this point, I would genuinely kind of agree, because games are so much more interactive. Like, back when I was a kid even, like, there was such rave about, like, interactive books, like Choose Your Own Adventure and stuff like that. Or just, like, even just anything where you make, like, a decision. And games embrace that wholesale, and they're just generally a lot more enjoyable products for a lot of people because of that. Like, people love interacting with stuff, and, it's just, like, games just seem to be the dominant form of entertainment nowadays. And it makes complete sense, because even if you want to be more broad and take, like, movies, there are games that are effectively just... They could have easily just been movies, but they're turned into games, and like, in some ways, they're enhanced as such, because you get to feel like you're much more immersed in the experience. And generally, like, when it's, you know, games, it's like, you don't have to... Games, of course, have their own budgetary, like, restrictions and like, things you have to be wary of, but, like, shooting something with actors, as opposed to just doing it completely within a video game, it's definitely a lot more appealing to some people nowadays. And even then, games are mediums where they're probably the medium you get the most hours out of, because games are... Not every game, of course, but a lot of games are built with the idea of being replayable. And you're able to just even without replayability, most games are built in a way where you'll get a lot of hours out of them, as opposed to something like a movie where, like, absolute max like 3 hours. And yeah, they come with like bonuses and featurettes, and like movies I'd say can definitely be a lot smarter than games. And at the end of the day, I'm just yapping. Don't take anything of what I'm saying too seriously or too hard. Like, I'm just talking for the sake of talking. But yeah. I'm gonna go now. Have a good stream. Oh, and don't forget your VIP question for tomorrow. Yes, we have a Glowstick Entertainment stream tomorrow. That's right. I gotta think of a question. I also like how storytelling in games cross the language barrier, like in Sky and Journey or Little Nightmares. No words needed, but you get the full story. Exactly. Like, games are just such a interesting, like, cool medium. My final project in English this semester was literally about this topic. That's right, it was. Yeah, and it was a really good project. If Chapter 5 releases this year, I'm screaming my lungs out. Oh, I would be so hyped if Chapter 5 came out this year. It would be perfect because, it's so funny. I had this friend who didn't know anything about Dark Deception. They kind of just knew of its existence. And I was just telling them briefly about Chapter 5. This was back in, like, 2022. This was, like, a real-life friend who I was telling about Dark Deception. And I was telling them, oh, yeah, the next level is going to be, like, a holiday Christmas mall thing. And they were like, oh, then it might come out this year, at the end of the year for, like, Christmas. Like, that'd be a cool time to release it. And I was like, haha, yeah, no. This was 2022, mind you, and like even back then, I think people fully understood that Chapter 5 was in no way coming out soon. Nowadays, it feels like it's a bit closer, given that it's been in development longer, but I still think it's going to be a 2026 release. I don't think Chapter 5 is coming out this Christmas. It'd be awesome and super fitting for holiday horror, but I wouldn't anticipate it. I'm still of the belief that some stories aren't suited for games and vice versa, but it's astounding to me to see the potential the medium still has. Oh, absolutely. Games have, like, honestly, like, unmatched potential. If Chapter 5 releases before GTA 6, I will be amazed. See, the thing about that is that Vince has stated publicly numerous times that he is intentionally, like, he doesn't want to get in the way of GTA 6. Like, I'm pretty sure if Chapter 5 is ready and GTA 6 is coming out in, like, a month, he is going to deliberately hold off because he doesn't want... Honestly, I think that might just be the gaming industry at large. I don't think anyone wants to get in the way of GTA 6. Even if that game isn't your thing, like, it's undeniable that that game is going to be a smash hit upon release. Even if it's somehow bad, which I don't think it's going to be, I think, like... I mean, the GTA games aren't for me. The story doesn't seem like anything major, and hell, I don't even know if people will even play it for the story. I'm just not a GTA fan. But Rockstar has a formula that works that they've perfected over 5 previous games. Even if they just like don't even innovate upon that formula, GTA 6 is still gonna break records just for the fact that it's goddamn GTA 6. That is like, outside of like maybe Elder Scrolls 6, that is like the biggest hyped thing in the video game industry right now, next to the likes of Half-Life 3. But GTA 6 is actually happening and has information about it, and we know a release date. Granted, that release date could be delayed again, it has been before, but GTA 6 for a while was this enigma in the gaming industry, but now it's 100% finally happening, and no one wants to get in the way of that because it's GTA 6. Like, literally the most popular franchise right now, I'm pretty sure, in terms of sales. I think collectively... Mario and Pokemon and, you know, stuff like that are bigger media franchises overall. But GTA 5, I'm pretty sure it's the second best-selling video game of all time, which is only beat out by Minecraft, and that's because it's goddamn Minecraft. Everyone's avoiding the splash of GTA 6. Exactly. No one wants to get in the way of it. It's going to get months of online coverage, which takes away attention from developers and products, no matter the genre. Yeah, when GTA 6 comes out, that's just going to be the time for every dev to kind of just lock in silently. Processing information from your ears to your brain is better than eyes to the brain, which is what reading is. I mean, I get what you mean there, but video games, you still... I mean, not every game, but eyes are still definitely a major part of how you consume video games, just like what you're seeing. Like, environmental storytelling. This is something that I know Citron is went into a lot, and like has analyzed with like games like Red Dead Redemption. But environmental storytelling does a lot for a game. But that is true, like, the auditory aspect of games, to some, definitely makes it a lot easier to digest. Where are these shards? I'm dead. Never mind, you could just stall there and that works for me. I mean, for sure, the 2 cheesers might be in June, August, September. Oh, no. I fully believe we're getting the Chapter 5 teaser trailers this year. One of them seems like it's really soon. Like, it's at a point now where Vince has talked about it enough to where I'd actually be surprised if it doesn't happen. We're dead. Because I know Vince. Stuff definitely can get lost in the pipeline at times, but when he starts talking about stuff a lot, multiple times, that's when I feel like it definitely is really happening. This has happened with a lot of projects now. Like, when he starts showing more and he starts talking about it a lot, that's usually a surefire way it's gonna, like, it really is on the horizon. And I think that, like, the Chapter 5 teaser trailer has reached that point. It is past that boundary, and I feel like it is definitely happening soon. Whether it's this month or next, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna head out, have a good rest of the stream. See ya, Zachary K. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice having you here. Oh god, we gotta, like, do some awkward loop around to get those shards. Streaming Dark Deception is such, like, a therapeutic experience. Like, it's, like, just, like, I'm kind of just mindlessly running around, grabbing shards, but still, like, able to, like... I'm still able to play the game competently enough, but, like, not be super engaged to the point where I'm still able to have, like, meaningful discussions with chat. It's a nice game to stream. Especially when you're familiar with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when Chapter 5 comes out. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream it. I'm obviously going to, like, archive my reactions, because that's, like, my canon event right there. But I don't know if I'm going to stream it. What do you think is the most scariest monster in Chapter 5? It's really hard to say, because we haven't really seen a whole lot of them. The lamprey creature, the one with all the teeth, I know that's what the community is kind of referring to it as, like, the lamprey. That thing looks probably like it might be the creepiest. Because Puppet King and Darkstar don't necessarily seem to be creepy, especially since now we know what Puppet King fully looks like. Their designs, I wouldn't really say are scary. More so what they're probably going to do is what's going to define their character and, like, how scary they are. Especially, like, you have, like, Darkstar, who I don't even think is really that... Like, she just doesn't really have a scary design. She's just... For lack of a better term, she's just a woman. And she's, like, dressed up as, like, a showgirl, like a performer. And not much about her physical design is scary. I think a lot of what makes Darkstar scary is what she's gonna do in the level, and her role as a prison warden. You don't find the Blob creepy? The Blob is definitely creepy, but... especially since you have, like, all the eyeless, like, past monsters in it. But with the Blob, it's like... I definitely consider the Blob creepy. That's a good one to consider. I still definitely just think that the lamprey creature is probably a little more intimidating. Especially if it is what we think it is, and it's the penguin for Chapter 5 that's been teased a few times, like the penguin character. If I were you, I'd upload videos on my first playthrough with reactions. Probably. That'd probably be a better way of doing it, because stream stuff could get in the way of my enjoyment of Chapter 5. Fortnite goes crazy. Hello, Argo. Yes, we are playing Fortnite, and I actually don't know where these last shards are. Oh. That works. Funny enough, we're probably... This might be where we end the stream in, like, a minute. Because... we've kind of seen all there is to see. We've done every map once. We've done Monkey Business twice, which I feel like is just the best map. And we've kind of been going for... close to an hour, or not close to an hour, like almost an hour and a half. I missed the exit. And I feel like we've kind of reached a natural stopping point. I don't want the stream to overstay its welcome. We've kind of seen all there is. Dang it. Prison Panic will probably take the place as the second best Dark Deception level. I could see that. I feel like all the Chapter 5 levels have crazy potential. In fact, every Dark Deception level has crazy potential. It's just some end up being better than others. I'm just checking. Yeah, that is 100% just the texture from DD. The other maps, I think, were custom for this. let's get out. Dance. That's how it's done. Level 12 solely from just playing Dark Deception Fortnite. That's crazy. Let me do a quick round on like... Yeah, let me do what I said I was going to do earlier, where I just quickly see if anyone's found the last Easter egg. Oh, Zach posted his theory on the poem in my server. That's nice. I'll definitely read that. I don't think the third one's been found, unfortunately, so I think that's where we end off here. What level is it having me do? Wait. Oh, we're not doing Deadly. Yeah, no, sorry, guys. That is, that's a wrap. You guys saw how long it took me to do Deadly. I think we've had a lot of fun with this, but I think all good things come to an end, and I think this stream has been a fun one. It's on the shorter side for sure, but that's kind of just because there's not a whole lot to unpack with this. It's, you know, recreations of 3 levels, only 1 zone, basic monsters. The Chapter 5 Easter eggs were definitely interesting. I guess I could have actually ended off by playing the poem one more time, but it's fine. I'll have like time codes in the description at some point. We want your feedback. Did you have fun? Yes, I did, and I would like to see more from Stick Games for Dark Deception, because this remake definitely doesn't like stand toe-to-toe with actual Dark Deception, but I'd say this is like, I'm still glad this exists. It's really cool. Said this before, but you missed it. Maybe people who want the map mistakenly... Oh, maybe if people who made the map mistaken one of the secrets for the bell. I think that might be what happened, because it says it's an Easter egg. I think there might be some miscommunication going on behind the scenes, but we'll just have to see. I'll definitely be on the lookout for whatever that third secret is, but this has been a fun stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. This has been a lot of... This was really a nice stream. Lots of thought-provoking conversations with chat about media. And I don't even mean that sarcastically. Like, that was actually a really fun conversation just about, I guess, media literacy and all that. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll definitely check out the Roblox and Minecraft recreations when those drop. Hey, people are saying emojis in chat. Let me join them. Yeah, save up good questions. Yes, I'm going to. Everyone, all Dark Deception fans, remember, we got a stream tomorrow. New information, hopefully. Gonna be pretty cool, hopefully. But yes, goodness awaits tomorrow for sure. But I will see you all in the next stream, or just whenever I do next. Take care, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.